Hi everybody, today I'm going to do a quick unboxing of an item that I recently picked up. This is something that I've been looking at for a while. I've done a lot of research in products that have the ability of cooling you while you are sleeping. A lot of us suffer from getting too hot under the covers, and this is something that might provide relief. So this is an item that is called Mattress Cooler, and it's a device that you put under your sheets, and it circulates water under the sheets to produce a cooling effect. So I just got the box delivered the other day. I did cheat a little bit and just make sure that nothing's broken, or it's not the wrong item that I received. So it looks like it's the right one, so I got it. And but this is technically the first unboxing, so this is the box here, and first thing we get, again, everything in the same order that I saw it yesterday. We get the instructions. So they kind of go over how to use the product, and this is the latest one that came out here in April of 2021. This is the deluxe model. I guess they weren't too creative on the name, but the reason this one's interesting versus their previous generation model from 2017 is that this one is a closed loop thermoelectric refrigeration system. So the previous unit was just a air-cooled evaporated cooler capability, so water would run through a system and a fan would blow over it, and that would produce enough cooling so that the water that went back through the loop produced enough cooling so that your body slept comfortably. And this is the newer thermoelectric one, which is a closed loop. There's no evaporation in the water loop. And so inside of this box that you're going to see, there's it's like a super mini refrigerator. So I've spoken to the owner of the company, and he's had a lot of engineers working on this. It's not a simple thing to make. So very exciting that he just produced it. And again, the instructions here kind of show you a little bit about the box and the temperature ranges to use it, and the pads that you put under your mattress topper. They don't last forever, so you need to replace them. They're not too expensive, but it's important to have enough ready. And then the tubing that's insulated, power system, looks like a 12-volt 1-amp connector, and then general instructions. Some troubleshooting capability, some maintenance, and then final specifications. So that's the instructions. Then inside the box of the deluxe thermoelectric mattress cooler, we get the pads. So these pads are much smaller. The standard pads that you use with this cooler are much smaller than a regular mattress cooler, because what I read about this, and actually what I completely agree with, is that when you get hot under the covers, the majority of heat is occurring around from your kidney section to your shoulders, so just below your neck, and so this pad, which is about 12 inches by 24 inches, can be positioned right around where your shoulder blades are, to right around where the top of your kidneys, and so this will produce enough cooling so that cooling is distributed by your bloodstream to the rest of your body. And I agree with that. I've realized that that's really the heat, the main heat area. When you wake up and you're a little sweaty, or you feel like something's wrong, and you realize that's the hot zone. So it comes with two pads, because the pads they don't live forever. They don't last forever. So these pads have a lifespan of maybe 3 to 6 months, and you really should replace them. They're about $10 each to get replaced. So if you feel like you really like the device, go ahead and go back into the website I think it's mattresscooler.com, I believe. And just pick up a 10-pack. It's flat shipping no matter how many you get. So I just would recommend that people have a spares on hand. And then, so those are the two standard pads it comes with. Again, 12 by about 24 inches. And by the way, inside of these pads, there's little like water veins where there's an inlet and outlet of water, of course. And that's how the water gets distributed. So it goes in at a small amount of pressure. And apparently that's enough to keep the water moving even if you're sleeping on it. So we also have it does come with a large pad here, the larger one, which is 27 by 63. So there is a large pad inside of here, and you can use it, and if you feel like you want to use it, you should use it. Who am I to tell you what to use? So it comes with a large pad. I'm probably not going to use this one. I don't feel that my entire body gets so hot that I need an entire pad like this for my whole body, but it is available in the box. Now it does come with one of these. And these big pads, they're more expensive. This is about $40 to replace. So just bear in mind, if you do decide to use these pads, they still only last 3 to 6 months. And they can eventually leak, and so it's important that you replace them so that they don't start leaking. That's kind of the idea. So that does come with a bigger pad, and then of course we have let's see, it has the power cord. And it has a power brick here. Wow, this is a pretty big beast. Maybe it isn't 1 amp. Let's see. Take a look here. What is the output? Well, I'm not seeing it off the top of my head, but wow, this is a pretty big beast. I'll have to investigate what this output is. This is much bigger than I thought. So, okay. And then we have the tubing. So this tubing is interesting, right? I mean, this is I'd have to confirm this, but I think it's like 7mm interior diameter and maybe like 11mm external diameter. It's flexible silicone tubing. So according to the website, you can actually find this tubing if you dig deep enough, and you can probably find a big roll of it. And so you don't have to buy it from the manufacturer. And you can reuse this external sheathing, by the way. This just slides off. And if you do need to replace the tubing, you can just get very similar tubing from somewhere else, and you don't have to go buy theirs. Probably get it at a hardware store. But if you do need to buy theirs as a replacement, they sell it as well. I don't think that they're that expensive. I think it's less than $20. But this tubing should last a very long time. Bearing in mind that every couple months you got to undo the whole thing and clean out the water, because the water gets like dirty from just natural circulation. So I think if you put a couple of drops, literally drops of bleach into the water when you put it into the unit, that's enough to keep it so that it doesn't get weird. The bleach kind of deals with dirtiness or mold buildup. Because of the way this product works, it's something you need to always think about. But the insert and extraction of this connector from the inlet ports of the device mean that eventually this silicone becomes weak. And so you certainly don't want this section to become a point of leaking. And so eventually you got to replace this tubing. And so you can probably get it yourself somewhere else, but you can buy it from them. I think it's like under $20. And so this one's kind of hard to pull out. I'm going to do my best to kind of see if I can tape this in the box. But again, this is the Mattress Cooler Deluxe Thermoelectric Unit, and it is interesting because it's the new model, which is a closed loop thermoelectric. So it's like they put the power of a really large refrigerator into essentially a device that looks like it's I guess this is somewhat of an unboxing because this is a heavy beast. I can't pull it out with one hand, but This is the back side. It's got the inlet and you know, the outlet tube, so it's a water cycle, and it's got two fans here on the back, and it's actually got two in the front, and so I guess the way they package this is the back, but that's the device. It's about it's about 7 inches tall, 6 or 7 inches tall, and maybe like 6 or 7 inches deep, and the width is looks like it's maybe 13 to 15 inches wide, so that you can decide where you want to position it. But it's not like the other unit that they sell that is technically evaporative cooler. So the water actually comes into contact with the atmosphere in the older unit, the previous unit, which is actually a good unit. The problem is that you're forced to determine where you're going to position it a little bit more strictly, because the water is exposed to the air, gravity takes over, and when you turn the unit off, the water has to go somewhere, and so you want to make sure you don't have any spills on the older unit. This one's a closed loop, so I believe it has more flexibility in terms of where you can place it. By the way, that is the front of the unit. So let's see if there's a better picture here. Yeah, here it is. So here in the front, you've got the two outlet fans. So I guess there's only two fans, two in the back, and then the air passes through these thermoelectric cooling systems, and this is the I believe the inlet, and the air escapes from the back. And so there's an LCD here in the front, and the on and off switch, and then there's an overheating protection light and a little handle, and it's pretty simple. And then on the top here, it's got it tells you the level of water, and again, it's closed loop sealed system, so it's just an indicator of water height. And this is always, if you do put it on your bed, and it literally 6-7 months from now you develop a microscopic hole in one of these, because eventually these do wear, you can probably mark the water level with a Sharpie on this thing on the outside, and that way you can just check it. And if you sprung a microscopic leak and you've lost maybe 30 drops of water over an entire week, you'll see it in this water level. And so this will tell you when you look at it every morning that, oh, maybe it is leaking. And so you probably will never wake up with a surprise that your whole mattress is wet, because you're checking it, right? It's not like in the evaporative cooler, which there's literally like quarts and quarts of water inside the system, and in the other unit you actually lose water all the time. So it's hard to really know if there's an actual leak or you're just losing water from the standard effects of the device. And then here's the display when it's on. Right, it says here, this is the, let's see, the blue number, is the current water temperature, and let's see, oh, sorry, no, the blue number on the bottom is your target temperature. The red number is the current water temperature here. I don't know if that's coming out on camera. So red water is current temperature, and blue temperature is the target. And so here there's a little chart of kind of where you want to be for happiness. I guess there's people that like things hotter or colder, but there's an indication here of when you're set the temperature too low or too high, whether it's actually going to take effect or work. So to keep that in mind. I've spoken to the owner. I've not spoken, but I've done emails with him, and honestly, he's very pleasant to talk to. Seems very intelligent. Looks like he's got a very good engineering staff on hand, and so I do believe that this product is gonna do very well. So why is this product so important? By the way, let's just wrap up the video. So most other mattress cooler systems that are on the market, most of them are not truly modern like this as a closed loop thermoelectric system, or they have very badly engineered solutions at a very high price. I really don't want to mention any other brands, but almost 95% of all the other mattress cooling systems, they either blow air, which is fine if you want the general surrounding of your bed to be, cooler. But a lot of us, we actually sweat between our body and the mattress, so on your back, essentially, if you sleep on your back. And you need to get rid of that heat, right? It's not the heat between the sheet and the top of your body. It's the heat between your back and the mattress. Especially if you have a memory foam. This is something that happens. It's very well documented. And so when you sweat a lot, when you're hot a lot, it increases your heart rate, and you actually have a bad night's sleep. It's not healthy for you. Everybody knows this. If you do the research, you'll kind of find out about it. So it's important to have a bed that's not cold but cool and comfortable, and you'll sleep with a lower heart rate and generally be healthier and have a better night's sleep. So I've been looking at this for a long time. I've done my research about it for years. When the first units were showing up from China, about in 2014, you can find them on what previously was like, older sites where Alibaba didn't even exist. So I got this unit off of the Mattress Cooler website, but you can actually find it on Amazon. You can find it at different stores if you look on the internet. It just came out in April of 2021. All the other products are out there on the market that do water loops. They don't actually produce the kind of cooling power necessary to cool off humans. If they do, it's barely passable. And the problem with them is, oh boy, they are super expensive. If you look around at different products on the market, you're going to notice that the numbers are really high. And of course, they also have consumables. So that means the cost of things that have to be replaced. I was able to look at different solutions, and they're all ranging at the low end, products which barely work, starting at maybe $400 or $500. And then the sky's the limit. You can go to like Sleep Number and pay for their thermo system, which I don't even believe is that modern. I'm not entirely sure if it's truly closed loop thermoelectric. And their solution is, well over $1,000. And they're very quick to ask you what size your bed is, because it's all about the bigger your bed is and their pad size change and stuff like that. And so this product here, which is way more modern than the other products out there, even at this stage in April 2021, is like less than $300 for this kit that I've shown you. And the pads are dirt cheap. I mean, the gentleman that owns the company is not trying to extort its customers and just get money on them on the back end, like the razor blade model. So I'm very excited about this. Again, this is just the unpacking, a little bit of talking about the product, and it's something that I've been thinking about for a long time. So this company finally came out with their thermoelectric solution, and I'm very excited about it. They have a lot of experience in this area, so I'll be posting my review after I've used it. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.